right, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Card Therapist. I am here talking about the top 10 cards I am watching on this week's PWCC weekly auction. I hope everyone is doing well. It is October 15th, 2023. And yeah, just enjoying the fall. It's rainy and cold here in New England, and I'm not sure what it's like where you guys are at, but definitely hope you guys are enjoying it. So I am pulling up on my screen right now. I am pulling up the cards that I am watching this week. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's see. We are loading right now. All right. So first card I'm watching is an 1888 N28 Allen and Gunter Charles Comiskey PSA 1. I mean, this is a card. Let's talk about this for a minute. Charles Comiskey, he was a Major League Baseball player, manager, and a team owner. He's one of the main people that organized and formed the American League. He is also the founder of the Chicago White Sox, right? He's the founding owner of the Chicago White Sox, hence Comiskey Park. I mean, so when I'm looking at this card, I'm thinking there's a lot of history here, a lot of history. And this is a great looking card for a PSA 1. As you can tell, it has the little tear on the bottom right-hand side. But other than that, this is a great looking card. And this is what I love about the old Allen and Ginter cards are, it's they're, what would you call that? Like an off white, maybe like a beigeish white. I don't know. It all depends on the shade, right? These cards all kind of had different shades, but when you have this card, the edges and the corners, the wear doesn't show up on them because it's all white, right? It's all super light color. So you're not going to see a lot of the wear that you would on, a card that had gray borders or black borders even. So yeah, so I am looking at this card. It's currently sitting at $450 right now. Next, we have a T206 Walter Johnson hands at chest, and this is a PSA 3. This is a good looking card. So obviously, this was placed in a holder, a PSA holder that is bigger, so it doesn't perfectly fit the shape of the card. I'm sure that if you got this, you'd be able to have it re-slabbed and probably fit somewhere, unless this card maybe was cut wrong and maybe it's a tad bit oversized. But if you look at this is an old slab. So old slab, old label. I would imagine you would be able to get this re-slabbed. Centering top to bottom looks pretty good. Right to left, it's looking like 70-30. And this is a PSA 3. Walter Johnson, absolute legend. Had one of the greatest pitchers of all time. He was also a great manager. I mean, even as a pitcher, he won the American League MVP twice. He won the MVP twice. He's a World Series champion, 3-time Triple Crown winner for pitching. So this guy has had one of the most incredible pitching careers in the history of baseball. Great looking card there. This next one is a 1929 R315 Rogers Hornsby. However, the slab says Roger, and then underneath it says Rogers, because if you see, the card is actually labeled as Roger Hornsby, when we all know that his name is Rogers Hornsby. But this is a PSA 7, pop 1 of 4 with none graded higher. This was, I used this card as the subject to my Instagram reel this week. So a great looking oversized card. If you are a fan of rarity and scarcity, this is going to be the card for you. The guy had an absolute incredible career, one of the greatest hitters of all time. One of the greatest hitters of all time. A career batting average, okay? Career batting average. Now, he played for over 20 years. Career batting average of 358. He was just shy of 3,000 career hits. I mean, the guy was unbelievable. Unbelievable. He had some of the greatest seasons ever. In 1924, he batted 424. No player has ever touched that since. So, if you're talking about legends, this guy right here really fits the bill. Next, I'm looking at a 1951 Bowman Yogi Berra. This is a PSA 5. Incredible centering on this. For a 51 Bowman, it doesn't get much better than this. It does not get better than this. It does not get better than this when it comes to 51 Bowman and the centering. So I mean, Yogi Berra, absolutely. He's one of the greatest catchers of all time. He was also a manager, but he was a player for, he was a player for 19 seasons, I want to say. He was an 18-time All-Star, 13-time World Series champion, 3-time AL MVP. So this is his MVP card right here because he won the MVP in 51, 54, and 55. Think about that. Think about how dominant of a player you'd have to be to win the MVP for in 51, 54, and 55. That's like I don't want to misspeak. I was going to say that's like Barry Bonds territory, but Bonds won more than that. But that's like, Mike Trout type MVP numbers on top of actually winning World Series. 13-time World Series champion. 13-time World Series champion. Unbelievable. This card looks great. This card looks great. Next, I am looking at 1952 Bowman Willie Mays SGC1. This is sitting at 470. If we are talking about eye appeal, I mean, it's got the crease that's going from right to left. It's going right through his chin. So eye appeal isn't going to be the greatest. But here's the thing. A 52 Bowman, this is a second-year Willie Mays card. This is definitely going to go for considerably less than probably most PSA ones or SGC ones. So if you are either a set builder or you want to, buy into a good starter version of this card, then this would be the card for you. This is, from the looks of it, this is going to go for under $1,000. So this is a phenomenal card. I'd be all over this if I was building a 52 Bowman set or I was a Willie Mays collector, because like I said, this is a nice entry level 52 Bowman. Next, we have a 52 Topps Mini Minosa PSA 2. This guy, his nickname was the Cuban Comet. He's one of the most prolific players of all time. I mean, they talk about Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier and everything like that, but Mini was right there. Mini was right there. So he was, Cuban born. Like I said, nicknamed the Cuban Comet. He had a lifetime career batting average of, so he came in the Negro Leagues. He played in 47 through 49 in the Negro Leagues. And then in the majors, he played from 49 to 1980. He definitely took some years off though, because he was old, right? Like, so when his last Major League Baseball appearance was in 1980, and he was born in 1923. So at 57 years old, he played for the Chicago White Sox, which is crazy, but he's a 9-time All-Star, Negro World Series champion, Hall of Famer, a lifetime career batting average of 299. And I mean, this is a good looking card for a 52 Topps. This is a good looking card. You're not going to get much better than this. This is a very clean card. It's a bright looking card. The color doesn't look dull. There's not any staining on it. So this is definitely a good looking card. And this is only sitting at 155 right now. 155, and this is a PSA 2. Next, we have 1953 Bowman Color Phil Rizzuto PSA 8. This is sitting at 525 right now. This is probably one of the highest grade 53 Bowman Rizzutos I've ever seen. Great looking card. Good sharp edges, sharp corners, great centering on it, great color. Everything about this card looks great. Clean front, clean back. Rizzuto, one of the greatest shortstops in Yankees history. He was part of those juggernaut teams that, just won a ton of World Series championships that Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle, Billy Martin, all those players were a part of. So great looking card there. Next, we have a 1954 Topps Jackie Robinson PSA 7. This is sitting at 1225 right now. I have a feeling this is it's gonna go. Now you have this print line right here. It's not a crease, it's a print line going across the near middle of it from right to left. So I think that might cause this to maybe not approach breaking any records for this cards or anything like that, because if we're talking about eye appeal and you do see that print line there, that's there. So depending on what it is you're looking for, if you're not an eye appeal snob, if you're more of a grade snob, then this might be the Jackie for you. This might be the Jackie for you. Next, we are looking at a 1954 Topps Hank Aaron SGC 7. This is sitting at 8,500 right now. Incredible looking card. Incredible looking card. I mean, sharp corners, sharp edges, incredible color. There's no fish eye that sometimes comes on his cheek in some of these cards. Uh, I would say that if I was going to pick this card apart, right to left, the centering is really about it. Right to left, it looks like it's probably like 75-25. Other than that, I mean, this is a great, great looking card that I would love to have in my collection. Next, there's a 1956 Topps Hank Aaron Whiteback. This is a BVG 8.5. This is sitting at 1275 right now. 1275. A lot of people in the hobby, they'll tell you 1956 Topps is their favorite set, and this is right up there with mine too. This is absolutely aesthetically. I know it's the horizontal. If you're talking about horizontal sets, this has to be the most iconic set of all time, and for good reason. You know, it's got a great portrait image of Hank Aaron right here. It's got a good action shot of him sliding into home right there. So phenomenal looking card. And so this is currently sitting at 1275. This is a pop 1 of 5 with none graded higher. None graded higher. Next, we have the 1961 Fleer Basketball Oscar Robertson rookie. This is a BVG 6.5. This is currently sitting at 775 right now. If we're talking about centering on the 1961 Fleer set, which is infamous for being off center and miscut, this is a great looking copy. As far as centering goes, you're not going to see much better than this for 1961 Fleer. So if we're talking centering, this is a great centered card for this set. Sharp edges, sharp corners, clean. I see bright white edges. I see dark red maroon background in front of the big O. And yeah, this is just a great looking card. One of the most iconic basketball cards of all time. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you are bidding, happy bidding. I hope you guys enjoy. Jeremy Lee says, good morning, Rob. So yeah, absolutely. And then TCH, you say, oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. I have no idea which card you're talking about, but I appreciate it. So guys, if you're, like I said, if you are bidding tonight, I hope you go on. I hope you, good luck to you bidding. I'm bidding on a ton of stuff as I always am. So good luck to me as well, guys. Have a good one. Be safe. I hope you guys have a great October day. Have a good one.